Today, we're launching our Introductory Psychology and Behavioral Science series. We're starting at the very beginning. What is psychology? What does it study? And why does it matter for nursing? Before we dive in, if you haven't already, please watch the course outline video. It's the very first video in this playlist. That video maps out everything we'll cover, so you'll know exactly where we're headed. Here's your roadmap for this video. First, we'll define psychology in a way that makes sense for nursing students, what it really is and why you need to understand it. Second, we'll explore what psychology actually studies and how it reaches into nursing practice. Third, we'll clarify how psychology relates to other disciplines, sociology, psychiatry, and we'll separate real science from pseudoscience like astrology and telepathy. Finally, we'll discuss why understanding psychology is essential for your nursing career. This isn't just theory. It's about connecting with your patients on a deeper level. Let's get started. So, what is psychology? The word comes from two Greek words, psyche, meaning soul or mind, and logos, meaning study. But here's the modern definition. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. Let's break that down. Scientific study. Psychology isn't just opinions. It uses systematic research, experiments, observations, and data collection. It follows the scientific method, developing theories, testing them, collecting evidence, and revising based on results. Behavior, any observable action. Walking, talking, crying, smiling. As nurses, you'll observe patient behaviors constantly. Are they restless, cooperative, withdrawn? Understanding behavior helps you provide better care. Mental processes, the internal activities of the mind. Thinking, remembering, feeling emotions, perceiving, making decisions. You can't see these directly, but they influence behavior and help you understand your patients better. Why this matters for nurses? Nursing isn't just about treating diseases. It's about caring for people. Every patient has thoughts and beliefs about their illness, emotions, fear, anxiety, hope, depression, behavioral patterns that affect their health, unique personalities and coping mechanisms. Understanding psychology helps you communicate more effectively with patients, recognize mental health issues early, understand why patients might not follow treatment plans, deal with difficult or anxious patients compassionately, manage your own stress and emotions, build therapeutic relationships that aid healing. Psychology is the foundation of holistic, patient-centered care. The nature of psychology. 1. Psychology is a science. It follows the scientific method: observation, hypothesis, experimentation, analysis, conclusion, and replication. This separates psychology from opinion or intuition. 2. Psychology studies both normal and abnormal behavior. It's not just about mental illness. Psychology studies typical development, everyday emotions, decision-making, and psychological disorders. As a nurse, you'll encounter both. 3. Psychology is both pure and applied. Pure psychology conducts research for knowledge itself. Applied psychology solves real-world problems, clinical treatment, health psychology, educational methods. You benefit from both. 4. Psychology is multidisciplinary. It overlaps with biology, sociology, anthropology, medicine, and philosophy. This makes it incredibly applicable to nursing. The scope of psychology. Psychology covers almost everything related to human experience. Here are the major areas. Cognitive psychology. Mental processes like memory, attention, perception, problem-solving, and decision-making. Nursing application. Understanding memory helps you know why elderly patients might forget medication instructions. Developmental psychology. How people grow and change across the lifespan from prenatal development to end of life. Nursing application. Knowing developmental stages helps you provide age-appropriate care and communication. Social psychology. How people interact and influence each other. Attitudes, conformity, relationships, group dynamics. Nursing application. Understanding social influence helps you motivate patients to adopt healthier behaviors. Personality psychology. Individual differences and what makes each person unique. Nursing application. Understanding personality helps you adapt your communication style to different patients. Abnormal psychology. Psychological disorders like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, eating disorders. Nursing application. You'll encounter mental health issues in every healthcare setting, not just psychiatric units. Health psychology. How psychological factors affect physical health, stress and disease, pain management, health behaviors, coping with chronic illness. Nursing application. This is directly relevant. Understanding why patients don't follow treatment plans helps you intervene effectively. Biological psychology. The relationship between brain and behavior, brain structures, neurotransmitters, neurological changes. Nursing application. Helps you recognize when symptoms are neurological versus psychological. Psychology exists alongside many fields. Let's clarify what's legitimate science and what's not. Legitimate scientific disciplines. 1. Psychiatry, a branch of medicine focused on diagnosing, treating, and preventing mental disorders. Psychiatrists are medical doctors who can prescribe medication. Key difference: if the brain is hardware, psychiatry fixes hardware problems, chemical imbalances, while psychology addresses software problems, thought patterns, learned behaviors. Nursing connection. You'll work with both. Understanding their roles helps you coordinate care effectively. 2. Sociology, the scientific study of society, social relationships, and social institutions. Psychology focuses on the individual. Sociology focuses on groups and society. Example: psychology. Why does Maria feel depressed? Sociology. Why do depression rates differ between urban and rural communities? Nursing connection. Understanding sociology helps you recognize how social factors, poverty, education, cultural norms affect health outcomes. 3. Anthropology, the study of humans and societies, emphasizing cultural differences. Both anthropology and psychology examine how culture shapes behavior. Nursing connection. Cultural competence in nursing draws from anthropological insights about beliefs and health behaviors across cultures. 4. Criminology, the scientific study of crime and criminal behavior. Psychology helps explain why people commit crimes and informs rehabilitation. Nursing connection. You might work in correctional health care or with victims of violence, where understanding criminal behavior helps you provide non-judgmental care. As healthcare professionals, you must distinguish evidence-based practice from pseudoscience. Pseudopsychology, any approach that claims to be psychology but doesn't use scientific methods. Examples: astrology. No scientific evidence that celestial bodies influence personality. Graphology. Handwriting analysis is no more accurate than chance. Phrenology. The discredited idea that skull bumps reveal personality. How to spot pseudopsychology. Makes vague statements that could apply to anyone. Relies on testimonials rather than research. Claims to have all the answers. Resists scientific testing. uses scientific-sounding language but lacks substance. Parapsychology, the study of paranormal phenomena. ESP, telepathy, clairvoyance, psychokinesis. Scientific status, not accepted by mainstream psychology because it lacks consistent, reproducible evidence. Results can't be reliably replicated under controlled conditions. Telepathy, the supposed ability to communicate mind to mind without physical senses. Scientific status, no reliable evidence supports telepathy. What people interpret as telepathy is usually coincidence, selective memory, or unconscious non-verbal cues. Numerology, the belief that numbers have mystical significance. Scientific status, completely unscientific. No evidence that numbers have meaning beyond their mathematical properties. The key difference, science versus pseudoscience. Real psychology, science, uses systematic observation and experimentation, publishes in peer-reviewed journals, welcomes criticism and revises theories, makes testable predictions, shows consistent, replicable results. Pseudopsychology, not science, relies on anecdotes and testimonials, makes vague, unfalsifiable claims, resists testing and criticism, cherry-picks supporting evidence. Results can't be independently verified. As future healthcare professionals, base your practice on evidence, not belief or popularity. 1. Patient assessment goes beyond physical. You're assessing mental status, emotional state, cognitive function, coping mechanisms, social support, and behavioral patterns. All require psychological understanding. 2. Communication is therapeutic understanding. Psychology helps you build rapport, deliver bad news compassionately, calm anxious patients, and motivate behavior change. Example: 2 nurses giving medication. Nurse 1. Here's your pill. Take it. Nurse 2. Mr. Mensah, this is your blood pressure medication. I know swallowing pills is difficult for you, so I've brought extra water. Let's take it slowly together. Same task, completely different psychological impact. 3. Mental health is everywhere. 1 in 4 people experience mental health problems. Chronic illness often causes depression and anxiety. Mental health affects physical health outcomes. Patients in every ward might have psychological issues. You need to recognize depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, or delirium. Psychology gives you that skill. 4. Understanding behavior. Change. Many health problems are behavioral. Diabetes management, heart disease prevention, smoking cessation. Psychology teaches you theories of behavior change that help patients make lasting improvements. 5. Self-care and resilience. Understanding psychology helps you recognize burnout, develop healthy coping strategies, build resilience, and process difficult experiences. Psychology isn't just for understanding patients, it's for understanding yourself. 6. Cultural competence. Psychology shows how culture shapes expression of pain, help-seeking behaviors, family involvement, end-of-life preferences, and trust in healthcare. This makes you a more effective, compassionate nurse. 7. Ethical practice. Many ethical dilemmas have psychological dimensions: informed consent, capacity to make decisions, patient autonomy, confidentiality. Psychology informs how you navigate these situations. Much psychological research has been conducted in Western countries, but psychology increasingly recognizes cultural context. African psychology considers Ubuntu philosophy, I am because we are, emphasis on community, extended family systems, family role in health decisions, traditional healing practices, integration with modern healthcare, collectivist values, group harmony over individual autonomy, spiritual beliefs, role of faith and ancestors in health, colonial impacts, how historical trauma affects mental health. As African nurses, you'll navigate between Western medical models and African cultural contexts. Understanding psychology helps you do this respectfully and effectively. Example: in many African cultures, mental illness carries stigma, and families might first seek traditional healers. A psychologically informed nurse doesn't dismiss this, but finds ways to work within the patient's belief system while providing evidence-based care. Let's recap. We defined psychology as the scientific study of behavior and mental processes, systematic, evidence-based investigation of how people think, feel, and act. We explored how psychology is a science that studies both normal and abnormal behavior, is both pure and applied, and is multidisciplinary. We discussed the scope of psychology, from cognitive processes to developmental stages, from personality to mental health, from biological foundations to health behaviors. We clarified psychology's relationship with legitimate fields like psychiatry, sociology, anthropology, and criminology, and distinguished these from pseudosciences like astrology, telepathy, and numerology. Most importantly, we connected this to nursing, better patient assessment, therapeutic communication, mental health recognition, behavior change support, self-care, cultural competence, and ethical practice. Psychology isn't just another course to pass. It's a fundamental tool that will make you a better, more compassionate, more effective nurse. Coming up next, we'll dive into human growth and development, exploring how people change across the lifespan. Understanding developmental stages is crucial because you'll care for patients of all ages. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to AfroNurse Academy. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Have questions? Drop them in the comments. We read everyone and we're here to support your learning journey.